every time, like they're like, oh, or you like see part of the movie, they're like, oh, he's got a cough or whatever, like kid like coughing, or like the main character's coughing or whatever. I'm like, fucking, he has cancer. Watch,
he's got cancer.
30 minminutes later, like, you have cancer, sir. I'm like,
cancer.
Oh, fucking, oh, it's a fucking surprise there, you know? Like, what the fuck?
There's so many different ways to do it.
Hello, folks. Welcome to the MOC Pod with your hosts, Little Boy Lee and Jordan Brown. We're here today. Had a little hiatus last week. Took a little break from the pod, but now we are back. This week, we have topics that we'll talk about a little bit of our recent fundraiser for the Mind Over Cancer Foundation. Then we'll go on to a motivational story about elephants this time. And then we will have a new segment called You Know What. We'll talk about it more later about what that means and how we're going to do it. At the very end, like always, we have the life hacks and food hacks corner with Lee. So with that, welcome back, Mr. Lee. How you doing, man?
What up, Diesel? How you doing,
chilling, man?
How you
good,
doing,
man?
You know, I like how you emphasized elephant this time.
Yeah, very. I want to make sure.
I just thought about we should probably stop doing animals. You know?
Yeah.
A different way. I forgot about that. That was funny when you said it. It brought back some memories. Yeah, it did. Yeah, we had a little hiatus, but you know, it was good. We came back refreshed, ready to rock and roll. Yeah, I'm happy to do it. It's
gorgeous this week in Kansas City.
Dude, yesterday, I walked outside and I saw, this is it, baby. It's pumpkin spice time. Yeah. This is game time. We acted.
That's what Kara said. Kara said fall.
Fall, baby. You walk outside and smell, first of all, football came back, perfect time. Football came back. Yeah. Weather gets real nice. You walk outside, everybody's a little bit more happy, you know, because the past 2 weeks has been storming, rainy, gloomy. I hate it.
That one storm we had last Sunday. Dude, it rained for the entire day.
Yeah, ever.
Downpour.
I thought it was supposed to rain in the morning. It rained the entire day. And it was just, that'll mess up your mood.
Yeah, change your day.
Gloomy outside. Yeah. And then, this weekend is supposed to be 103 degrees on Sunday. Yeah. Welcome to Kansas. I guess we're still in August or whatever. Oh, some of y'all that watch on YouTube, this is a new background.
Yes. We've changed.
Look at me go.
We've moved.
Look at me go. If y'all could see what's in this case, y'all judge me. All whiskey in there. Well, I guess Jordan's got his whiskey back there. And then on the bottom there's some hay bales, so the whole fall decor. Y'all see that here in the coming months. I'll have this whole background decorated. Yeah, this whole background's going to be orange and leaves out. I got leaves up top I'm going to bring down. Well, I'm telling you, it's going to be beautiful.
Unbox your little box of your fall decorations out of the basement down there.
It ain't little. No. It's big. It ain't little. It's massive. Just waiting on September 1st. The minute that hits, you're going to walk in my house, pumpkin spices, what it's going to smell like. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
People are looking forward to it, I'm sure. People are really looking forward to that,
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
And, of course, this week it's, 2 p.m., so there's no cognac having for Lee, so y'all won't get the complete off-the-rails version of the podcast.
True. Probably a little bit more on the rails this time, but we're
a little more focused.
Midday recording. And that's what happened last week. I think we tried to do a midday one, and it just didn't work out. We're and it just because usually it's Sundays for us, Sunday evenings, which is great for both of us. Usually, we're ready to rock and roll. But I think the rain, right? This weekend, it was. Yeah, the rain
this weekend. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
No, weekend before it wasn't the rain. We can't blame the rain.
What was it?
Rain was this weekend. I don't know. It was last weekend. Well, I think I was gone or maybe something like that, out of town maybe, or I had something going on Sunday. I don't know. I was tired.
Last weekend. No. Last weekend, because we usually will try to do it on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And then Sunday is Samantha's day to go to the store. So I'll get back to 9:30, boy.
Yeah.
You be
going. We didn't get one done early.
Yeah. You're right. Cause we usually do it today. It's Wednesday, and even this is a little bit later than what we normally do it. Give you a day to edit.
Out tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna come out tomorrow. I got a fantasy draft tonight, and I gotta do this recording stuff.
Wait. Fantasy draft tonight?
No, ours.
Oh my god! I was
I'm in 3 leagues. I'm in 3 leagues, man.
So. When is ours?
This Sunday. So we'll probably do the draft and then just do I think we did last time. We did our draft and we did the pod afterward. So probably the same thing as we did last time, I think.
Okay.
We'll just do our draft and do the draft at 6:30. We get there about 9:30 and we'll do our pod at like 9:30 and just roll through.
Yeah.
Might as well.
I'm down with that.
So, everybody knows now our plan. Hope you guys are all really interested in that shit. I'm sure everybody was really
everybody's interested in that. It's always the first 10 minutes. It's okay.
Yeah, this is our opening. It's the opener.
The first 10 minutes ain't nothing but nonsense.
Yeah. Do you want to go with your opener first, or we roll my opener? Up to you.
What was my opener?
But log it in, boy.
Oh yeah, just like and this ties into it. Just like that, I forgot. Just not focused. Just not focused. And usually I write it down right here. I got my little notes over here. But now, I was talking to Jay Diesel about it, and it's just settling in and getting back on the right track. I mean, this past 2 years have been just an up and down roller coaster. Mm-hmm. Finally got some stability. Yep. Kind of stabled out, back into the podcast game.
Yep.
Want to get started golfing again. We got a golf trip coming up. We got to get that going. Got to lock in in the gym. I got to get active, baby. Yeah. So yeah, that's my whole motto right now. It's locking in. Just trying to keep that snowball effect rolling. I got a lot of stuff in order here. Everything's working out. So my whole thing is to lock in and get ready for the rest of this year.
I like that. I got a question for you then. When you're doing something like that, do you feel like it's important for you to prioritize, like make lists for yourself, like kind of
1,000%,
like kind of almost like take almost like a grade of where you are with everything in life, like relationships and this kind of to see where everything is, and go, okay, I didn't work on this and this.
Yeah, I think you got to self-analyze yourself. Then you got to look at yourself and be like, where am I lacking? And like, because like at one point everybody hits that like that, and this is like peak me. Being a great husband, a great father, a great friend, to just peak me, and then something happens. Usually, something happens. I call it regression to the mean. Everything can be bad, everything can be good. It comes back to the middle.
It's fair.
So, I think you get to that very good spot, and then something happens, and you drop, and then some people will just stay down there, and soak in that, and that sucks. But if you can self-analyze and be like, all right, I'll work on this part first. And this part, and I've talked to you about this. I don't know how many times. Just trying to figure out what to get better at within myself. So yeah, I think you have to take that kind of approach. I think you got to take it like, all right, I'm doing real good here. Let's keep that up, and then now let's work on this. Yeah, let's bring this up and prioritize this now. And I don't know. I kind of think half of that was just the full force. My son going to school for the first time. Mm-hmm. Really excited about that, and getting all school supplies and that's going to be later, by the way. Yeah, school supplies, clothes, getting his whole room set up nice for him, ready to rock and roll. So he comes home, he's in a routine. That all helps. Yeah. That all helps. So and now it's time. I worked on that. Worked on the husband side, the father side. Now it's time to work on, getting myself right. Make sure I'm here for the long haul.
Yeah, I like that.
Shit up. Yeah.
I like that. I like the mindset. I think it's really important to do for everybody personally. I think it's very easy to just kind of lose track of where you are in life and what you're doing and what's important, what's not important. Just what we're missing, not really noticing about ourselves. So yeah.
Especially when it's about yourself, because you always put yourself on the back burner a lot. Like if you have a lot of stuff going on, your personal self is just back burner.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that before. I've seen many people, and the thing is, I guess kind of go back in this too as well, like tie back in. It's like, it's hard for you to you can say things to people, to help them, but you can't force someone to do the self-analyzing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can say, hey, I just noticed about this, and this, but they still have to go and look at themselves and see what they need to do differently with their life. You know what I'm saying? You can't just like I said, with it lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. I mean, that's kind of where it is with that,
100%. And a lot of people just can't take the self-criticism. They can't do it.
It's fair.
Yeah, they have to be. You got to be hard on yourself. You got to be your hardest. You got to be the hardest critic on yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless you have good I got you and a couple other good friends that'd be like, hey, you're fucking up here. You need to lock in. Yeah. And that's good to have. Those are good friends to have. And they're not yes men. They'll let you know, you're fucking up.
Yeah. Say something.
if you got people like that, it's a little bit easier, I think. But if you don't have that, in your life, and that kind of ties in with the podcast basis, if you don't have that in your life, you got to find a way to do it for yourself.
Good for yourself. Yeah. You don't have to put that support. That support there. It makes it a lot more difficult, and you kind of have to put on yourself a little bit and get yourself out of there. So, 100% on that one. I had another thought about this. I think it more ties into. I think it's sometimes hard for people to see what I think. Sometimes what they're going through turns into a projection instead of a internalization.
Yeah.
So they begin to project this feeling about how their life's maybe not in the right spot onto other people.
Yeah.
And they treat them in a negative manner when they could just internalize all that stuff and realize that, hey, I am doing this, this, and this, and I feel this, this, and this because of where I am in life, not because where these other people are in life or what they're doing to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They're just here too. And that's what's important to have those friends and family who are kind of can deal with that too, not allow you to self-destruct. Hey man, I know you're on my ass, but listen, let's take a look in the mirror first, before you come at me.
Right.
So
100%. I like that. Yeah. So
okay.
that's
lock it in, man.
Lock in. That's our motto. Lock in. Y'all might see me next year, bro. I'm gonna be cock diesel.
Next year, you mean shit. February, January, shit.
That's what I'm talking about, boy. January, February. I might walk out. You know what I'm saying? Can't even move my own head because I'm just.
He got one of those fucking gallon jugs of water walking around with.
100%. Yeah, I'm gonna be that guy.
Two of these a day.
Half a shirt, got my nipples out, and just sipping on.
Yeah, you ain't going to whatchamacallit, the fucking place called.
Be a lunk alarm going off.
Yeah. What's it called? The hunk alarm.
Planet Fitness. Yeah, a lunk alarm. You it rings.
It rings. Yeah. You slam weights there. It rings.
No. You can't do that either.
Which is kind of crazy because isn't it kind of dangerous sometimes when you're doing heavy weights to just let them down at a certain point, deadlifts like that?
It's supposed to be if you're maxed out, then it could be hella dangerous because you're not going down in the right position.
Yeah, so what they're saying is
I'd rather you to just drop it versus trying to drop it down and then your back.
Yeah, soft.
Yeah.
Well, don't go there trying to get super big. I guess.
Yeah.
Avoid that.
Don't go there trying to be swole like Lee.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I love it. Lock it in. I think it's a great motto. I think it ties into a lot of things. I hope someone listening to this took that into consideration and applies that a little bit to their lives. That'd be great. I love that. So this week we had our second event. It was a survivor and supporter yoga. That's what we named it. And it was just a fundraising event where you could pay and donate whatever you want. And then you were allowed to come in and do a yoga session with my wife, Kara, our vice president of the foundation, and a yoga instructor. It was fun. It was really cool. I did not participate. I had Jude. That was my excuse. I mean, it was hot. It was, I think 93 degrees in the room. It's called hot yoga.
That's
so
insane.
it was hot in there. And yeah, I mean, I walked in. I'm like, man, my wife does that every single Wednesday. She goes and does that. So I'm like, man, I see what you've been doing now. Yeah,
that's some shit.
But
the setup was badass.
It was really cool. Yeah, here I got a couple here I put on here.
Yeah, that's cool. That's vibey.
Yeah,
that's vibey shit right there.
So what the girl told me, the instructor, was that these I kind of see there's some columns here. There's columns. There's these vents here at the bottom by the people on the wall. That's where there's actual heaters in there that heat the room up. So if it's actually cold outside, it was they actually use the heaters, but also on the back wall that this is on behind us right here where the picture is taken, there's a huge window too. I'm guessing they open that up during the day, let the sunlight in, and heat the room up. Yeah. Damn. So yeah. So they were.
I know they were in there dying, boy.
Dude, I mean, there was people that showed up. And I was impressed to see everybody in there. So
yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
So this guy right
just watching the support is badass to me.
Yeah. Well, this guy right here, you see right here sitting down. If you can kind of notice from the left side right here, he had a steel drum. He had a steel drum. He played the steel drum the entire time. Was in there.
Really?
Playing music while they're doing yoga, along with the stuff they're doing.
He's in there just drenched. And just,
he was getting it and did it for free.
Nuts.
No questions.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's
really
pretty
sweet.
cool.
It was very nice. It was very nice.
I guess how long did they do it for? Like an hour?
Yeah, an hour. It was an hour session.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. That's more than enough. I'm over there for 10 minutes, all right, hey,
I'm
appreciate y'all. This was beautiful. I gotta go. I just walk in like, this is great. I'll see you later.
Yeah. I donated.
It's about as good as I can do. Good as I can do.
Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. Cool. It was a smaller event, but something we kind of want to make cartel into something different. Cartel would be like, not cartel. We want to curtail it into something a little bit different, where it might be like an actual survivor and supporter yoga, where we offer it once a month and allow survivors, supporters, fighters just to come in there for free. And have a yoga session where they can, and it's something really just low impact, and they could be with other supporters, other survivors, and meet people that are going through something they're going through. We created this foundation because we want people to understand that they're not the only ones going through this, journey. So if we could find ways to connect those people together while doing something, would be really special. So it might be our output in the future. We're going to see what we can do. I think it'd be a really neat thing. So
real big on camaraderie, especially in an environment like that. Very close knit.
Yes,
I like that.
Yeah, and so did a great job. We raised $937 in donations and everything, so that was awesome. Yes, we were like stoked. We just keep on, building what we need to make sure we can support anybody that has anything they need to be supported. That was the biggest stressor, I think, when you start this. Can we raise enough money to do what we need to do and not like turn people down where we don't have any money? So that was the biggest thing. So we've been accomplishing that, and I'm really happy with it. It's awesome, man. Very, very happy.
That's that snowball effect. This is another great event. You guys had the first other event, the cornhole tournament, and you roll into this, and this is a good event. It's just a snowball.
Yeah,
and it just keeps going.
Yeah.
Hopefully by next year, this time you're helping out fucking 5 or 6, 7, 8, 10 people.
That's a goal. That's a goal. So I have a social worker friend, which we're going to actually send her some questions soon and see if she wants to come on and talk to us for 30 minutes like we did with Lisa. But she was telling me, hey, just keep doing what you're doing. People are they get kind of nervous about this kind of stuff or reaching out for help. She's like, so you're going to get people like KU is completely making us available to people. We are a resource. They're posting about us. They are allowing people to get, So we're out there with them. So I think with that, as the time comes, we will begin to, see people come in and get help that they want. So
I guess I really never really thought about that, like getting help. This is going to tie into later as well with the new segment. What I wrote down. But the getting help side, and that's a big issue for people especially when they've been independent their whole life and not relying on anything, and something like this hits out of nowhere and they don't know how to ask for help. I guess I really thought about that. Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah. I'll even say, I did the sarcoma support group. I came in there and spoke to them about our foundation, and I was surprised of the age groups in there. I mean, everybody in there was much older. I mean, and in their 60s, I say 50s and stuff. Like there was no one young in there, and I'm like, man, like, is it something because maybe the young people just think they can get through it without any help, or I don't know what it was. I was kind of I was a little shocked.
I could see that. Well, that and then the mix of social media too. Social media. Some social media is just so negative. It's like, well, nobody's gonna know what I'm going through, or nobody cares what I'm going through, and that sucks.
It does. So it was surprising for sure. Man, it was awesome. Sold a couple more shirts there, which, by the way, man, shirts look awesome. Y'all can thank Lee for that one, man. Great design.
Lee and Kara too, because
Kara.
When she came back and she was like, "Hit that peach," and I was like, "All right, that peach was peach is so nice. It's so nice." Yeah. And then even with the border remover, just little adjustments like that. That right there. That's a cool shirt. Yeah, that's a cool shirt. I love that.
So very excited about the shirt. Got the front side here. You can't see as much here, but it's a little bit smaller. But really excited about the shirt. I think it's gonna be awesome. That was badass right there.
That does, doesn't it?
No background.
I wonder. I was about to say. I wonder how this one came like that, and the other one was like, "Nah, we're gonna put a background." But this one is just perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
That is cool.
I'm sick as hell right now. It's great.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, I'm trying to squeeze in there, boy. I'm trying because when mine get here, you know what I'm saying? When mine get here in the first podcast I did, better believe fresh cut. Okay, I'm modeling that mother.
We're both wearing them.
Sure. Support, boy. We'll be up there. No, I love that shirt. I love that design.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah, so shirts are ordered. They'll come in, then we'll go get them printed. So should be pretty soon. Actually, I wouldn't see it being very long.
Did we talk about the shirts on the last podcast? Maybe that was one of the things we should have did.
I don't know if we did actually.
I don't think
we,
so.
we posted about it. I think
skipped the week. I think.
Yeah, and that's when we posted about everything. Yeah. So we did. Yeah. So,
sorry, y'all, if y'all watched this and didn't know.
Yeah, apologize. This would have been what you heard about the shirt. Got it, but I don't think it would have been. But if it was, we're sorry. You know,
if it was, apologize.
Yeah, really do apologize. Yeah. So that's kind of our opener for the day. You know,
you know what I was going to say?
What's up?
You know what I was going to say? I've been sitting here looking at you, right? Because I'm leaning back in my chair.
Yeah.
Like I said, the new setup and whatnot. I have you guys facing this way. My kitchen's over there. I don't think you guys want to see my kitchen, so we're gonna face this way. I can't see you because I'm so far back. My eyes are horrible.
Oh man, dude, you need to go. You need to go get some.
You know the crazy part about that is, I've had these glasses for 17 years now.
Yeah.
Like the lens is 17 years, and I'm so cheap that I just keep buying frames and pop. Like when my frames break, they're at Walmart for $8. So I just go to Walmart, pop those lenses out, and pop my prescriptions in. 17 years I've been doing this for.
So
and go ahead.
Is your prescription still good though?
My eyes have not changed.
A little better because you know they still
haven't changed. Yeah. So when I went to go get my contacts, which I'll have again in the middle of September, when I went to go get my contacts and did my glasses prescription last year, I was like, I think my eyes got worse. Like, no, they're the exact same.
That's good.
But you need new lenses because your lenses are old. And I was like, yeah, probably. So I tried on some new lenses, and I was like, oh yeah, this is crystal clear. Yeah. I meant like crystal.
Well,
I was
the
like,
same, but you could see like
I could see. I mean, these things got scratches on them, indentions. It's horrible. Like there's no getting those clean. But I'm so cheap, and then so I was like, whatever. So I'll have contacts in about like probably the next 2 or 3 podcasts we do. I'll have podcasts. Oh yeah, I definitely have content for the golf trip.
You really balling in.
You know, sexy Lebo because I'm not sticking with brown. I'm not doing this. I want blue eyes, but I can't. You know, that's a little weird.
Pop the contacts in.
Give me some blue contacts and just walking around. Who is that?
Jeez. Oh man. So I actually we read the story last week when you sent it to me, but I haven't read it since you sent it to me on Discord, and I'm a bit concerned about this because I don't know if it's going to flow right because the way it came over to me, but I think I'll be fine. So if it's terrible, I'm sorry, everybody.
Well, it came. Never mind. Go ahead.
There's random links in the middle of it. I don't
know that's what I was about.
I'll skip those. I'm smart enough to skip those parts. I'll read over the www dot part. If I do that, I'm just
I'm gonna laugh if you do that.
Yeah. So this is a story about elephants in captivity. So we'll start with that. So here it is. A gentleman was walking through an elephant camp, and he spotted that the elephants weren't being kept in cages or held by use of chains. All that was holding them back from escaping the camp was a small piece of rope tied to one of their legs. As the man gazed upon the elephants, he was completely confused as to why the elephants didn't just use their strength to break the rope and escape the camp. They could easily have done so, but instead, they didn't try at all. Curious and wanting to know the answer, he asked the trainer nearby why the elephants are just standing there and never try to escape. The trainer replied, "When they are very young and much smaller, we use the same size rope to tie them, and at that age, it's enough to hold them. As they grow up, they are conditioned to believe they cannot break away. They believe the rope can still hold them, so they never try to break free. The only reason that the elephants weren't breaking free and escaping from the camp was that over time they adopted the belief that it just wasn't possible." The moral of the story is, no matter how much the world tries to hold you back, always continue with belief that what you want to achieve is possible. Believing you can become successful is the most important step in actually achieving it. Like it a lot.
Yeah.
I'll let you roll your thoughts first, and I'll roll mine.
Yeah. I mean, the way I took it, and like you said, the elephant. You're taught something at a young age. You're taught a routine. And that routine will hold you, and you think that's it. That's it. You keep that for forever. And I think that kind of goes with this whole lock-in thing and taking care of yourself and making sure you're good. Is you get stuck in the same thing over and over and over again, and you want to, like in your brain, you want to go do something. You want to go do something else. You want to leave the 9 to 5. You want to go start a business or whatever the case may be, and you're just so scared of it, or sometimes not even fear. It's just comfortability is what it is really, and that you just don't know how to progress outside of that. And that's what I took out of this was just like the elephants just sitting there and they're like, well, I'm not going to try to break out of this. I know I can't, or they don't think that they can because they've been the same way since they were babies. And that's the way I look at it is if you want to go do something, don't be restrained to the norm or the what do they call it? Like the standard, the expectation. Yeah. Go do it. Just go do it.
Yeah.
Go try to do it because you don't know what's going to happen if you don't try.
I agree.
Then you're just sitting there and you're like, well, you get like 50, 60, 70, 80, you on the deathbed. You're like, dang, what could have been? And that sucks, So that's the way I look at it. Just don't be restrained to the normal version of what society wants you to be, I guess.
Yes. Okay. I take the same things away for sure, obviously. What I will say to kind of add to that, I think it's very important not to put your mind in a cage mentally about what is possible or what you're going through and to find ways to look at things on a brighter side. So it's really easy if you're going through a really negative situation to just put your mind mentally in the cage and just only sees the darkness. And you can definitely see better parts, if you just look beyond that. But if you decide to put your mind in that dark place, it's hard to get out because you want to put yourself in there. You put, and with the elephants, they put themselves in that mindset that they could not break those ropes. So since they put themselves in the mindset, there's no way to get out of that mindset. You know what I'm saying? They did it themselves. It's almost like they're doing the work for other people. And if you think negatively about yourself or about what you're going through, you're doing the work against yourself as well. No one else is doing it but yourself. So I think it's a really important story sometimes to make you kind of realize whenever you are not allowing yourself to give yourself the best chance to succeed. You're not putting yourself in that position mentally to allow yourself to succeed and to be happy. I think you said it earlier, kind of time back or about 30 seconds ago, social media can put you in a really negative headspace. And so it's all that combined is a hard rope to break, no pun intended. But I think that ties in well to mental health as well as just in general to your overall life.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. If you haven't got it by now over the past 3 or 4 podcasts that we've done, it all ties back to just your mental, getting your mental right. Because you can attack pretty much anything. If your mental's right, you can go after anything that you want to do.
Oh man,
and that's where it starts at. Get your mental together, and it sounds way easier than what it is. Because like I said, you get into this routine in your head, you get in this routine and you get stuck in your head. You get in your own head a lot. I get in my own head a lot. I analyze everything 10, 20 times over before I do it, which sometimes isn't the best thing. It's just not the best thing.
5 days later.
5 days later, 5 years later, I'm sitting like, all right. But that's the running thing that we keep going back to. It's just your mental, getting your mental right. Like you said, your mind's in the cage and then you get stuck. So start, if you can't start anywhere else or it's hard for you to start anywhere else, just start with your mental. Just small things a day. Even when, like you said, social media, get off social media for 15, 20 minutes a day or an hour before bed. Just don't get on social media.
Yeah.
Just take time for yourself.
Read a book.
Read a
book, man. Read a book.
Yeah, mine right here.
Yeah, I'm reading.
Books right there.
I'm bad about social media at the end of the night too. I'm not going to be a poser for sure, but I have been trying to get back in my book. I have a book I've been reading for way too long. I'm bad about it's biography, and I'm bad about reading biographies. I just they're not. You kind of know what's going to happen at the end, right? In a way,
yeah.
So it's like kind of But yeah, it's the Stephen A. Smith one. I don't even like him that much. Sometimes he annoys the piss out of me, but his book is very good and it kind of enlightening about why he is the way he is on TV as a TV personality, and then how he grew up and what makes him a man. It's very interesting to see that. I bought the book. I said I really want to see what kind of man he is. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt to see if I want to see what you're about. You know what I'm saying? I don't like you on TV that much, but saying I don't like you as a person. I don't know you as a person.
That's your personality. Yeah, I don't know you as a person.
So we'll get you at least know you as a person. It's like, but okay, I get that part at least,
Yeah.
So, but I mean, and then also to kind of tie back into Stephen A. and that, but like sports athletes, a lot of those guys that are like in the, all the major sports that are pros, athletically, I mean, there's not a ton separating them, maybe small things, and stuff. But the biggest thing is the mentality, the mental side. Those guys that make it are dogs and that are like in the league and Hall of Famers, man, they got a mentality too, that they know they're the best, they want to be the best, and they're going to be the best, and
they're dedicated
a huge part. Yeah. It's huge.
Kobe talks about it all the time. Mama mentality.
Well, I just heard someone the other day talking about this new Johnny Manziel documentary out. It's
I keep hearing. I need to watch that. I keep hearing about it.
So he like never ever studied film. He
I heard.
Did anything. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Win or lose, we booze. That was their thing.
Yeah. I mean, but you turn on, you look at Patrick Mahomes or even the three guys that were on that quarterback show. All three of them were watching film, dedicated. You know what I'm saying? Were they all as good as Patrick? No, but they're all dedicated though. They're all doing what they need to be doing to
you can see the difference.
100%. So it's everywhere, man. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Mentality, it's insane.
Yeah.
And at a young age, you really don't know it. At a young age, you think, I'm indestructible for one.
Oh yeah. Nothing's not me.
Yeah,
my brain supports
nobody hurt me. Yeah, I'm here, baby. This is it. And then like you don't really know. And like when things start happening, depending on how you're raised, when things start happening to you, that one isn't normal, and two is like you don't know what's going on, and it's your mental is what's going on. Your mental is being altered, and you don't know it. You're just going through life like I don't know what this feeling is. I don't like it. So then you try to fix it with something that's negative or whatever the case may be. So mental, just insane how crazy your mental has an effect on your everyday life. It's wild.
It's wild.
Huh.
Yeah.
But the back on the book thing, just real quick. I was reading it's in here, The Art of War. I read that a little bit, and then I was like, I want to try something else, something a little bit more like subtle, chill.
Yeah, Art of War is pretty intense.
Yeah, but then I was like, so I went to Barnes and Noble, and I was like, there's Edgar Allan Poe. I was like, he's got all his poems in there. So I picked up that. But now I said, this is way worse.
It's dark. It's way dark as hell. It's real dark.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. But I love stuff like that. It's just that time of year for me. So I read stuff like that.
I got a couple like dark mysteries. You want me to give them to you?
I'm down. I'm down for some dark mysteries.
I'll bring some. Yeah, I got a couple that I really like. I got a couple. I like thrillers, dark mystery. I like sci-fi stuff too. I realize it's kind of like I read this one book. Here we go, off the rails. We're gonna get good on off the rails. I read a book probably 2 or 3 years ago. It was a crazy concept though. Is that so? The whole entire world was taken over by a plague, but the plague though, what it did was it made you lost your shadow.
Huh?
And when you lose your shadow, you begin to lose who you are, and you kind of become almost like a zombie. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, you become almost like a mindless drone, but you lose your shadow. Like that's how like. But so it goes into how your shadow is actually a real entity. It's actually a part of you. Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's a wild little book. It was the very ending. It kind of got pretty weird at the very end, but it was.
They always do.
Yeah,
I feel like nobody really knows how to close a book off.
Well, that's crazy.
They want to continue. They want to continue so much. Yeah. Like I've written stuff like poems and stuff. I got some hanging up in my living room, but I've written stuff. I don't know how to close them. I just want to keep writing and writing and writing. Yeah. I just don't know how to close them. So maybe that separates a good writer from average.
That's what it is. I don't know.
Know how to close a book out.
Know how to close a book out.
Imagine walking in with that whole shadow thing. Imagine walking into your bathroom, looking in the mirror, and you don't see yourself.
Yeah, that's what was happening. That's how they wake up and then check the shadow. Make sure the shadow was still. That was the part of the book. And
it's just gone. And you're just like, all right, this is it.
Then you knew. From here. In like 2 or 3 days, like they went kind of crazy, and then and it was over. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty wild, So, So should we kind of introduce this new segment we have going on here?
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think about it?
Oh, I like it.
Okay,
I like it because you said it's not just negative.
Yes.
Given this one is what I'm saying. It's not negative, but it pisses me off.
Yeah.
But the fact you can do positive too, because there's positive stuff throughout the whole day, right? So I think that's why I like this. I like this subject, or I like this topic, or this segment.
So yeah, so we're gonna call it. You know what? And it could be anything from like, you know what really ticks me off, or you know what makes me happy. It could be anything. There's no negative or positive connotation there. It's kind of a spin off of some other things people have had, like Family Guy with grinds my gears, all that kind of stuff. And there's another guy on 60 Minutes, old as hell. I don't know what his name was, but he had kind of a segment like that where he complained and shit. He had big ass eyebrows. Someone here that's an older generation will tell me who his name is. I don't know who the hell his name was, but he looked like frumpy as hell, man. He's like
big ass eyebrows.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. I think he did. I think he pretty did.
Big bushy
ass eyebrows. Yeah. But yeah, so the kind of reason why I thought of this segment is because I think it's very important while you're going through your cancer journey to advocate for yourself and let people know. You know what? Like, I think it's really important to tell them how you feel, or if you're at the doctor and you feel like they're not treating you a certain way, let them know. If you're if you have a way that they're treating you anywhere, during this thing, let them know. I mean, like there's been many times during my cancer journey where I literally had to get on someone's ass because they chose to be an ass to me, and I was like, hell no, we're not doing that shit. Like we're not playing that game. I've talked to people who are managers of managers. So I'm like, no, we ain't doing this shit. Like, you need to understand that, like, people who are going through this, you need to treat them with respect, number one, but be as courteous as possible. I don't care if it breaks your fucking back. Be courteous. Just do it. Don't sit here and try to, treat it like a job. I know you want to, but at the end of the day, you're dealing with people who are going through life-changing stuff. So eat it and deal with it. That should be my, you know what? I guess I don't know. I should have did that. I guess, but
I guess you could have. I've been on Discord just talking to Jordan. Phone calls with these people. And mind you, I won't argue with Jordan. I said argue. It's just not. It's not my thing. So I'm like on this phone call, and it always bothered me because these people know why you're calling in.
Yes,
they know. There's only one reason why we're calling in, and what what I'm going through. Yeah. So why make that worse for me? I don't understand that.
Yeah. Why don't get that? Yeah. Why aren't you like trying to do everything you can to make it better?
Right.
It's wild, man. I mean, there's been crazy ones. Like there's been ones where they've made mistakes, and I call to ask questions, and they give me attitudes. I went to the hospital one time when my cancer came back, and I was having a panic attack because I was like just found out my cancer came back because I got notified on the phone first before they came and talked to me. So I stood up like a normal fucking person would do. So I was nervous, And they had the audacity to walk in the fucking place and tell me, you need to sit down, sir. You need to sit down. You lay back down. I'm like, motherfucker, listen here. All right. I mean, I actually didn't get into it with them. So I was like, I didn't want to like start a fucking scene. But to this day, that's one time I regret not like actually just fucking losing it on somebody. So I was like, dude, like I get it. In the emergency room, you deal with a lot of fucking crackheads and shit, people on drugs, and I get that shit, bro. But read the fucking room, though. Read the room, though.
Read the fucking room.
Like, walk in there and be like, what's up, man? Like, are you okay? And if I'm like, I'm this, okay, hey, man, just take it. Want some water or something? Walk around for a second. If you need something, let us know. No. He walked in there, sit down, man. Back on the bed. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy, man?
Isn't that called like bedside manner? Have good bedside manner?
Yeah, which is like, I mean, I think that's why it's a thing, because so many places are so notorious for not having good bedside manner. So I think that's also kind of plays into why it's like that sometimes. That's why it's a big deal, because a lot of people don't have bedside manner. They go to school and they get their degrees, but they don't have the right personal skills to deal with people, So
like Elon.
Geez. So that is why we're doing this, because I think it's really important that while you're going through this stuff, man, speak up for yourself and don't let them push you around.
Speak up for yourself. It's perfectly normal.
Yeah,
it's perfectly normal.
Yeah, and if they're offended, you spoke up for yourself, that's also normal too. Let them be offended. Yeah. It's okay for them to disagree with you as well. It's not.
And you only got to be ass. If you don't got to be asshole about it, just speak up for yourself. Be like, hey, no, that's not okay with me, and
they
that's perfectly fine. With you. Set your boundary. Yeah.
That's all. It's totally okay. So I'll start with mine, and actually, I had something else down because it's something we talked about before. I'll mention this one. Actually, I'll save it for next time because that's something I really want to do this one because I've talked about this before, but. You know what really pisses me off? Cancer in movies. It's so fucking irritating, dude. Dude, it is the stupidest fucking shit ever. I can't. Yes, I mean, it is. I think maybe I was on the podcast about it. Or we talk about this, me and you, like in private.
Podcast.
Okay, podcast. All right. Well, we'll put it in the segment too.
We barely touched on it with the Extraction one.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, dude, cancer in movies, man. It's just like I tried to do some research about like how many movies have cancer like in them. I couldn't like find hard enough facts or whatever. Yeah, but the way that they dramatize cancer and use it as like so many, it's a cop out. It's a cop out.
It is 100%.
So many writers use it as a way to like kill people off or make
this emotional connection with the audience.
Yes, or make it emotional or make the drama. It's like no. There needs to be like a fucking you know all the writers are on strike right now.
Yeah,
you know they can't come back. They can't come back. They can start writing some fucking original shit. Then they can come back.
You come back to me and it's a cancer script in that thing.
Go on strike again, bitch. Go on strike again. I don't give a fuck. Go on strike again, you dumbass.
That is insane how they do that though. That is their go-to. We need to connect with the audience halfway through this, so let's kill the kid off by cancer.
Every time, like they're like, oh, or you like see part of the movie, they're like, oh, he has a cough or whatever, like kid's like coughing, or like the main character's coughing or whatever. I'm like, fucking, he has cancer. Watch,
he's got cancer.
30 minutes later, like, you have cancer, sir. I'm like,
oh,
fucking, oh, it's a fucking surprise there. You know, I'm like, what the fuck?
There's so many different ways to do it.
Yeah,
they're just like, this is the easiest. They take no time on it. Which makes it worse. It makes it so much worse.
Yes. Yeah. Then they draw it out, you know.
Oh yeah, and so much worse. They're just like, okay, we'll just do what we think is the worst thing. They connect with the audience. And they're like, okay, 10 minutes into the movie, we're gonna release this guy has cancer.
Yeah, it's cancer.
Drag this out for an hour and a half.
It's gonna change the world. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen some shows recently. That show Bupkis with Pete Davidson on Peacock, and like his grandpa gets cancer like second episode in, and like he's getting chemo and shit. I'm just like why? Like why? Like what is the like? He's old already, right? Just kill him off with old age. Have him get old. You know,
he got Alzheimer's.
Give him Alzheimer's. Give him Alzheimer's, bro. I mean, do something else, man. I mean,
there's a lot of diseases in this damn world.
Yeah,
that you can rock with. Give me Ebola, goddammit.
Make it real quick. Make it real quick. I mean,
when do you think the COVID thing is going to be like become the thing that?
Yeah, I haven't seen. Have you seen anybody have COVID in a show yet?
No,
or is it too soon? Too soon, right?
I think it's too soon. I think it's too
soon. Like cancer's fucking soon too. We all die from cancer still. I don't know.
Yeah, I think people still die from cancer every damn day.
Yeah, and y'all are finally posting on every fucking 2 seconds every fucking show and movie you have. So I mean,
that's why I said that's what makes it worse. It's like they make it seem like, oh, it's okay. And the minute you put something in a movie, it's like it's okay.
Yeah,
and they put it in every single movie.
They try to almost like normalize it. Like, hey,
that's what they're doing.
It to be normal. We got people out there trying to fight this and find cures. Yeah. You're trying to normalize it. Like, it's like we're good. I think we're fine on that. We'll move on.
This is an everyday thing, and given it is an everyday thing, it happens. But the way you got it seem like is like, okay, he's gone, and that's it.
Yeah. He got it. Oh, he's gone. It's all
like, God damn.
It's rarely ever getting there. Like, oh, wouldn't that be a good deal? He's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he's through. Like, he's fine.
And they have a little cough. You know.
Yeah,
They have like stage 18 cancer. He's like, oh, you just got a little.
Oh yeah, they go to the fucking most aggressive, like worst case scenario every time. Like it's just
100%. He goes from having a cold to just cancer.
And it's like where does he come from, dude?
All right, brother. That's fucking hilarious.
It's bad, man. It's bad.
So that's not the one you had. Is that the one you had written down or no?
No.
That's not the one you had written down. Okay.
No, I'll do that one next week if we do
that one. Click through your head. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
It's something we talked about before, though. It's something we talked about before that deals with when you talk to people.
Okay.
Something that they like to ask you.
Okay.
No, remember that one? All right. We talked about
we talked about it on
I called you one time. I called you one time about it on the way to do something. I was bitching about it to you on the phone. I was like, dude, okay, stand them dudes be asking that question to me, man. Like, I can't stand that question.
I know this.
Yeah.
I know it is.
I'll bring that one up too. Don't you worry. Don't be honest.
Because I hate that question too.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking annoying.
God. Like I told you on the phone day, I suck at small talk too. So
it's okay. Well, what's your you know what, sir? What's yours?
Mine is, I guess it's kind of the same thing a little bit, but not really. It's when I ask a question. And I'm going to give you an example. When I ask a question and the answer is not an answer, they just want to respond. Like there's no answer to it. There's no solution. There's no.
Yeah.
They just want to respond to be seen. That's it. And my fucking example has happened 3 weeks ago. I made a post on Facebook because I want to help out kids that need school supplies.
Yes.
Talk about this. I want a whole little school supplies thing.
Yes.
And instead we ended up just helping out private families. But I asked a question about it, and it was a question, but it was like also like a, if you know, put it in the comments.
Yeah.
And it was I wonder how many kids have issues getting school supplies. I'm trying to figure out where to find them.
Yeah.
First thing was, the first comment was just a lot, period.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I know that. I could probably surmise that as well. So thanks.
Yeah, I think I can figure that out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where these people. I hate that, dude. I can't stand that. And it happens every day. It happens every day. Even when I go to work, I'm like, I sit there, I'm looking at the back of my truck. I'm like talking to a dude that's loading it. I'm like, what are you looking for? And he sits there, he goes, a piece of glass.
Everything in it is
all
glass.
Delivers glass. All I deliver is glass. That's all I deliver. There's no solution there, brother. There's no solution.
Like,
just, you just want to respond.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm not asking you to vent. That's not what this question is for. That's not what this is about. I'm asking you for a solution. We're at work, brother. Yeah. I don't want to vent to you. I don't even know you. I just want you to give me a solution so I can help you. I can help. That's it. I can't stand that. Yeah. And it happens so much. They just talk for no reason. It's just like they want to be heard. And I get that. But if it's a situation that I need an answer to, brother,
give me
something.
Answer.
Give me something I can work with.
Substance.
Don't just make it so bland.
Yes.
God, that pisses me off.
Yeah.
Next week it's going to be a positive one, but this week that clicked in my head.
Yeah.
Because I was like
that. Yeah. I think that's totally understandable.
I can't stand people do that.
I don't understand. Like, there's a lot. It kind of goes back in the same thing too. Is that when people obviously also ask, like, the questions are so obvious too.
Yeah.
Say, bruh, do we got to answer that, or what I'm saying? But I mean, that's the problem. Maybe people ask so many damn obvious questions when you ask an actual legitimate question.
Maybe that's what it is.
People are just too damn conditioned. They're just like,
I'm gonna turn it around on myself. That could be it. Yeah. Maybe they're just being smart asses, and I can't decipher with somebody being smart, because usually I can't. It's a problem with me. Yeah. And I'm gonna go back. This is because I'm an Aquarius, and we're just out of this world. Either just we're not normal people.
Yeah.
So sometimes I can't. I ask a question, and maybe you're right.
I don't know.
Shit. Maybe it could be like hey Ryan, that was stupid. Because in the example I gave with the glass place, I guess that was dumb. No, it wasn't. No, because all the glasses have numbers. So when I asked him what is he looking for, I already assumed he knew it was glass.
75.
Give me a number.
45.
Give me a number that I'm supposed to search for. But instead you say glass. So in that scenario,
you asshole, you're just dumb.
One of us is dumb and one of us is an asshole, and I prefer to be the asshole in that situation.
Yeah, the asshole in that one. That's fine.
Give me a fucking number. But I can see where you're going with that. I'll probably have to ask some questions where it's like, come on, Ryan, really?
Well, I don't think yours were necessarily that way, but I'm saying like maybe people do that a lot though, and so people now are conditioned to not answer questions the right way. You know what I'm saying? The question is
sarcastic, smart ass answer.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Maybe I don't know.
But that one pisses me off. That's the main thing. Like on a daily basis, that's what it is.
That's fair. I can agree with that. I think it is a bit irritating when someone can't just give you a damn answer that answers your question.
Yes, give me an answer.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even in what I've learned in my personal life, I like to solve everything. It's just what I do. And sometimes Samantha, she vents, but she just wants to vent. Mm-hmm. And I immediately am just looking for a solution.
Yeah.
So now to fix that, I just be like, do you want a solution? Or would you like for me to just listen? Because immediately in my head, I'm like, I'm about to give you a solution. You're not going to like it.
Yeah.
You're not going to like it. Earlier, when we were talking, when she came in, we were preparing for the podcast. And she was talking about the lady. Yeah. I was like, I'm going to give you a solution. You're not going to like it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be.
You're not going to enjoy this. You're not going to enjoy this at all. I'll give it to you. You're not going to enjoy this.
You're in customer service. You're going to deal with it.
Yeah. Sorry. This is the answer. It's the answer you get.
I don't know.
Self-reflection there. There you go.
That's what it is. You got to think about it.
But that's our segment. So welcome
like
to
that.
it. You know
I actually
what?
love that segment. That segment's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a cool one.
Let's
Way to mix it up. Like when we have good stories, we tell good stories that are going on. If we have nothing really going on that's like a fun story to tell, we can do this. So just adding some more things, into that third segment section, that just works. So
I like that.
I feel like our other three segments are good. They're pretty stable. They can stay and they're enjoyable for people to listen to. But that third one, I feel like is a good rotational spot.
Yeah, 100%. So
like
the
that.
elephants and monkeys.
Yeah. We like the elephants, monkeys, tigers, bears. Oh my.
Whatever. Oh my. We're going deep now. We're into it.
Yeah. Oh man. So like we always finish with the Lee's life hack and food hack corner. And here we are.
You gotta get me like a.
Yeah, we're here.
Long countdown. That's 30 seconds. That's a long countdown. That's a long countdown.
Well, you get 30 seconds to get your chef hat on. Get a chef hat.
I'd run off and give me like a nice Lee's food corner shirt, glass of pumpkin spice latte. But we in there.
Maybe we'll see. I might do something. Maybe I'll do something post edit. But I
told you I'll send you a video of me eating a saltine cracker.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Lee's food hacks or Lee's
ASMR, some ASMR like cracker eating.
That's what our podcast is going to become. ASMR podcast.
Oh yeah, it might.
I get a $1,000 microphone though to do that.
Yeah, you do. So man, let's hear what you got this week.
This week is very simple. It's not going to be McDonald's. Okay, like I said, we're locking in. Okay, which no more McDonald's, and Burger King, Sonic. We're going to go with this week, HelloFresh and Every Plate. I just found out are intertwined. HelloFresh owns Every Plate.
I never heard of Every Plate. This is new to me.
It's way cheaper than HelloFresh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like $1.49 per meal.
Same food?
Yeah. But the only difference really that we've seen is that Every Plate comes inside like an Aldi's box. Like, how you go to Aldi's and they don't have bags. Let's buy them. You got to put everything in the box. Yeah. That's what it came in. Like, it's just a box and it has every single thing you need in it, but nothing's organized.
Is it delivered from local then, maybe?
Huh?
Is it local delivery then?
Like, it comes in like in a big box like HelloFresh does, but like HelloFresh have all their things in separate bags.
Yeah.
Not them. It's just that big ass box and then a little thing that's open. They just throw everything inside of there.
So they're saving money with the packaging.
They're saving money with packaging. Yeah. But HelloFresh and Every Plate, they both are very cheap, especially getting started. It's like $20 and we got 5 meals or some shit. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if y'all been to the grocery store lately, but
oh yeah, boy,
it's gonna be some money.
Yeah,
it's gonna be some money. So if you need your nice week of eating healthy and getting right, that's it right there, baby.
I like it.
I'm gonna send Jordan some pictures too, or Jordan does it too, or they used to do at HelloFresh. But that's my food hack this week because it's healthy, it's on track, and it's cheap.
Yeah,
I'm all about cheap.
And it's well proportioned too. Like it allows you to eat your portions, not overeat. Like because the thing about us in America, man, like we think of dinner is dinner, and dude, that's way too much food. You know what I'm saying? Like HelloFresh definitely. I mean, I will say I had a couple of HelloFresh meals where I'm like, okay, I can have a couple more pieces here. I'm still a little hungry, but I mean, it does make you like eat your proportions and not overeat and stuff. So it's really been, and it's fresh, and it's also like fairly healthy. I mean, everything is, you cook it yourself. You are still cooking yourself. It's not like you don't order it and put it in the microwave or
there's a weird satisfaction with that too. It's like a weird dopamine hit when you cook for yourself.
It teaches you a little bit too how to cook different things. So it's good.
Very easy to do. Very easy to do. 30 minutes. It's usually what they are, about 30 minutes.
Yep.
That's easy. That's so easy. Yeah. And like I said, you feel good about it when you get done because you cooked your own meal.
Yep. Cook your own meal. Learn something new probably. So it's not terrible at all.
Dude, speaking of before you, my bad. I know I got like 3 minutes, but I want to talk to you about the red meat thing.
Yeah.
Well, what made you stop eating it? Like just
my blood pressure's high.
Okay.
Been high, and so the biggest causes of high blood pressure are sodium, and then red meats are a big issue too because of all the cholesterol in red meat.
Yeah.
So I just I'm just gonna get. So I gave red meat for a while. I'll get back on. I'm still gonna eat. I'm going to allow myself at least one meal every 2 weeks that I call a cheat meal. So that could be something that's like maybe a little high in sodium, maybe it's red meat, something like that. But only one every 2 weeks. That's gonna be my little deal.
So what I heard about that thing, like the whole stop eating red meat thing, if you do it long enough, when you look at red meat, you might get disgusted by it.
It's possible. It's all do it too long. I'm not surprised either. I kind of have a lot of things though. You don't like see something for a while or whatever, and you're not accustomed to something. You know what I'm saying? You see it, you're like, oh shit, it don't look very good. You know,
don't look too appetizing. Yeah.
Huh? That's it. Yeah. I mean, I will say I don't miss. I've definitely cut down my salt intake, and I don't necessarily like miss the saltiness of food. I mean, I love the flavor of salt. I'm a salt guy. I've always been a salt guy. But it's after like about a week, I kind of was like, okay, I can deal with this. I'm not like over here like dying about not having like overly salted food or very heavily salted food. You know, it's just crazy amount of salt in food though. I mean, it's insane. It's
a lot.
I mean, it is fucking insane, dude. I mean, I went that new Dave's Hot Chicken is out there up in Overland Park, right by where we play bags at. I want to try it out. I'm gonna see what it's all about. So I looked at their menu. I found a nutritional thing for their stuff. It's hard to find sometimes. Not all the places have it, but bigger franchises usually do. They kind of have to. I think it's like kind of by law, maybe. I don't know why they have to do it.
It's law now.
I think it's law, but
nutrition effect. I think Obama's first lady, Michelle. I don't think her name. I think she put that in place.
Michelle. Okay.
Yeah.
So I looked up their thing. So they have like a couple of combos. They have only 4 combos. One with tenders, one with the sandwich tenders, one with 2 sandwiches, and one with just one sandwich. So four different things. The combo with 2 tenders and a fry was 3,080 milligrams of sodium.
Dude, I thought you were about to say that's a fuck ton too.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say calories. I was saying,
calories like 1,900.
Jesus.
But I'm currently only eating 1,500 milligrams of sodium a day right now.
So that doubled my intake. Oh my god.
It's just how it all is though. I mean, Taco Bell's the same way. Taco Bell's probably the worst one. I mean, they're insane when it comes to sodium because all the meats and stuff.
I thought about that.
Yeah, dude. So I haven't eaten any fast food. So no fast food, no red meat, lowered my salt intake, and then I cut out sweets. Which me and sweets, man.
That's
I'm a big sweet guy. So
I'm wondering if you're a snack.
Dude, I haven't drinking Sprite in like 2 weeks, which that was my thing. Sprite.
No warm Sprite? Got it.
No warm Sprite. I know, yeah. My last one on that podcast to be honest. I don't know what it was.
Good. You want to know why? Because it was warm.
They're all fridge now. Actually, funny, no care put them in there, but yeah. So no Sprite. So that's been good for me too. But yeah, so I think I've already lost weight. I think, dude. I'm on be real honest. My shirt's been a little looser all of a sudden, but yeah.
Okay.
BP's down. My BP's down like 20 points, 30 points. I'm on.
Damn, so it's effective. So now you got.
Oh, it's working. It's working. 100% working. Yeah.
The minute you find out something's working, you got to stay on it.
Yeah, you have to, right? I mean, I'm like, oh well, it works. So they told me the side effects of all the pills you could take to get it down yourself, and I was like, nah, I'm good. Nope. It's like, oh, your legs can swell up, or oh, you'll piss a bunch. I'm like, no, all this sounds bad.
So your legs are swell up?
One of them, well, yeah, I guess it can't happen. Yeah, I'm like, no.
One of your legs already swollen.
That's why I said I was like, nah, man, I can't do it more, dude.
Your damn legs don't look like mine, dude. Just like a tree trunk. Your body is
tree
trunk of a leg.
Yeah, it's like,
that's dope. Yeah, sorry, I got a little off subject. I was just it came in my head when I was talking about
ask on the pod. Let everybody know and get a little healthy here. So
yeah.
So I have my terrible hack of the week for you to see here. We're gonna pull that, but man, I saw this and I had so many questions. So
I'm gonna try to explain it to you. I don't understand.
Read it out for the listeners.
Let me explain this to y'all real quick. They instead of just
yeah, exactly. I know what you're going to say here.
Instead of just putting your condiments out, because right now I'm looking at a muffin tray with mustard, ketchup, tomato, pickle, onion, and mayonnaise. Mind you, the onion's on top of the mayonnaise, so the mayonnaise is ruined. Let's just be clear there. Mayonnaise is gone. And their thing with this is to set it out at a barbecue and use that
to serve
for their serving, so that it cuts down on dishwashing.
That's what they said.
I don't know if you guys.
I beg you differ. I don't know if
you guys know this, but mustard comes inside of a squirt bottle. And as far as I know, nobody's putting their lips on top of a mustard cap.
Last time I checked. If they are, you got some weird relatives.
That's weird relatives. Same with ketchup. Same with fucking mayonnaise. And when you're chopping up onions, brother, if you want to save on plates, put them on the fucking paper plate. Because usually that's what people have at barbecues is paper plates. I don't grab my dishes and take them outside and be like, hey, here's some glass plates for your barbecue. I don't do that. There's a reason why I don't do that. So this is stupid. This is pointless. If you do this, you're not saving anything. You're actually creating more dishes for yourself.
It is.
You're creating more dishes for yourself, and this is it. This is horrible. This is pointless.
So I had a couple. I have other thing to actually add to this. I'm like, well, what about all the flies and shit? What I usually do, with my tomatoes, pickles, onions, I'll put like a plate on top of a plate. So like at least it's covered up, and then obviously all the condiments are in bottles, so the flies won't get to that shit. But this is like fly. This is fly haven right here. This is fly haven.
100%.
This is fly haven, man.
The way those onions are sitting on top of that mayo, you're gonna have 17 flies on top of that mustard, ketchup, pickles, and tomato.
100%.
First of all, I don't know why pickles are even out. I'm not a pickle guy. So
I like pickles. But I know you got.
They put them back in the refrigerator. But this is so pointless to me. It's so pointless.
I think I've seen this somewhere else one time, and I think it's one of those like stupid videos, like
like one of your boys' events. You walk in. What if you walk in, you see this? You walk into my event right out in the backyard, and I'm like, hey Jordan, here's your burger. Go get some condiments off that table. You walk over there, you see this. I know for a fact you'll probably throw that burger back at me.
Well, I'm like, what exactly? Where are your bottles at? You had a bottle? I'll probably ask you my ass. I'm like, you had ketchup bottles? You had any mustard? Where's your bottles at? Are these packets?
You're gonna walk in my house and just get it.
You got putting the packets out inside the fucking thing or something.
Speaking of those packets, while we're on this fucking subject, Sam's Club has like those big ass boxes of packets. Just get those.
Really? Yeah.
Instead of you doing this, just go get those.
Do that. Yeah,
that's
litter some more trash. Get more trash for the world. Get more trash. And maybe that's what this is. Maybe it's like someone trying to be minimalistic, but you wouldn't use plastic fucking spoons in if you're trying to be, non.
Because then the plastic spoons is pointless.
Yeah. So I don't know, man.
I don't understand this.
This was weird.
It would also help you cut down on dishwashing.
That was. I think that was the funniest part of it. I'm like, oh yeah, my mustard.
As you just create a whole new dish.
Yeah, literally. You could have used a paper plate, man, for all the other stuff on the left side.
Did they shove those tomatoes inside of that muffin?
Yeah,
those are shoved. The only ones that are good are the 4 on top. The rest of those are just shoved.
The only ones that make sense to put in there are the pickles. They're small enough. The
pickles
tomatoes. We probably put 3 tomatoes in there. 2 onions in that fucking whole tray. Who's gonna eat 2 onions and 2 tomatoes? What 2 burgers?
Why didn't they move the onion from the mayonnaise before they took the picture?
Well, they had to show how dumb this was. I think they had to really. You had to drive it home how stupid this was. You can't just.
Dude, this is wild.
Oh man, yeah, it's a wild one, man.
Somebody's gonna try that too. Someone's gonna try it.
Oh yeah. Someone already tried it. Yeah, I guarantee. Guarantee.
They're out there. They're out there. There you go. I like this light over here. This light is nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's Lee's food hacks, baby.
Yeah, that's right, baby. Lee's food hacks are better than the world food hacks, obviously, because that's all I'm finding nowadays.
The world hacks are. I know, like trying to save time and like cutting corners, because that's the whole thing about a hack, right? Cutting corners, save time or save money, whatever.
Save money, time.
Half of them don't do it. Half of them don't do it.
Half of them, when you think about it, like deep down, you're like, no, that's just you just found a different way to do something, but it's not better.
Yeah, it ain't better.
You know what I'm saying?
Just say you want to get creative because you got stale.
Yeah. The other day, like someone like the open and the pop cans with the bottom of the pop can thing. You see that one? That you do, I guess like pop cans are designed to open up. Like you put a pop can on top of a pop can, you could snap off the thing with the bottom of it.
Never.
But I'm like, just use your fucking finger, man.
Yeah.
I mean, is it that difficult? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it that big of a deal?
So when you flip it upside down, you do that. Well, both of them open?
No, you put the bottom onto the top one. So bottom of the can, top of the can, and you put the bottom of the can on the top of the can. You break it open that way.
I feel like that's not real.
And I tried it; didn't work really well. It worked, but I still use my finger.
But not well.
I still use my finger. to get the rest of the way.
Oh, okay. So then
it popped it.
Okay.
It popped it. But I'm like,
yeah. It's like a party trick with like beer bottles at the party. Yeah.
Yes.
People open with their mouth. They open it with different beer.
Yeah, I pop one out with beer.
Yeah. Boop. It's a party trick. It's a party trick. It's not a hack. It's a party trick. Well,
sir, very positive. Thought it was fantastic. We had a nice little new segments there.
Nice comeback.
Yeah. So
nice
good comeback. Come back strong, man. Came back strong, man. Next episode will be almost football season, all full on football season. There'll be some interesting Sundays.
Maybe not the next episode, but the episode after that, y'all gonna see some fall decorations back there.
There we go.
And I will probably have a cup of pumpkin spice latte the whole month of fall, or whole month of September, in October, in November, December. Change the peppermint.
I like that.
Is that Ghostbusters?
No, Creed Humphrey, baby.
Who's that?
Old Creed. Center for the Chiefs.
Oh.
Yeah, the Jack Stack deal.
Oh, I thought Creed from Creed Bratton from The Office. All right, let's close this up.
Oh, you take us out. Get us out of here.
As usual, we appreciate y'all tuning in with us for this week of the podcast, MOC Podcast. And if you would like to support, go to MonoCaseFoundation.com. Read Jordan's story, read the mission statement. You guys can figure out what this podcast is really about and how we created it and why he created the foundation Mind Over Cancer and how it helps people. Social medias, of course, Facebook. Go on there, check it out. He posts pretty much every day what we have going on, clips of this podcast, T-shirts that being made, everything. Motivational quotes. You want to go in there and get some motivation. I love them. Check that out. Outside of that, man, we appreciate y'all. Salute. Have a beautiful week. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace out.